Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, you know the drill. It does not matter what you drive here on the channel. This is your All-Terrain Nation, and I'm your host, David Boyd. And today we are talking about the Ranger. That's right, the next generation Ford Ranger. But specifically, we're talking about that Ranger Raptor because that is the cat's meow. I like this thing a lot for what little I've seen of it. Now, Ford Australia made the debut of this vehicle a couple months ago, and us in the United States, once again, we went crazy. We're like, hey, man, I wish we could get something like that. And Ford CEO said, hey, you know what? It's coming to the United States. That's right. The Ford Ranger Raptor is finally coming to the United States. Now, while it's a new generation that we're getting, we're not getting the old generation, which I like that old generation a lot. I thought it looked really well. You know, I thought it looked really nice and it was very exciting. But sadly, we didn't get that. Well, why is that? Because they knew that the Ranger, the current Ranger platform they're bringing to the United States was only going to be here for a couple of years, and then they were going to move into this next generation. Now, next generation Ranger is going to be built around the same platform that the Ford Bronco is, and why not? They're going to be built in the same plant, but does that mean they're going to have identical setups? Maybe. We do know with the Ford Ranger Raptor, though, that it's going to have that 3-liter twin-turbo V6. Now, news just came out, got it over here, 418 horsepower in that twin turbo and 440 foot-pounds of torque, which is pretty insane for the Bronco. Now, while it's not, I know Coyote fans out there are going to be like, hey, you know, V8, we could have had 500-600 horsepower in this. You don't need 500 or 600 horsepower in this thing. I'm a guy that loves horsepower, trust me. Would I drive it? Hell yes, I would drive that. But I think like the 2.7 for me that I have in my current Bronco, there's a lot of horsepower there, and it's a lot of fun. But I can't wait to get my hands on one of these Ranger Raptors if they are going to stick with that 418 horsepower. Because can you imagine that in a little truck like this? That's damn near, you know what? I think the first Raptor was 400 horsepower, something like that, which is ridiculous in a little truck. That is right. Ridiculous in a little truck. So let's pop these pictures up right over here. And there you go. There you can see these are from Ford Authority. Now, they have spy photographers out there they buy these photos from. And I will link to their if you want to see where they all came from, I'll link to it and play nice here. But as you can see, the front grille of this thing, I like that a lot. It does harken slightly to GMC. GMC and Ford just seem to be battling each other for that little C shape of the running lights. I don't know what's up with that. I feel like somebody's copying somebody, but I'll let you decide, and you can, in the comments below, let me know who's copying who. But you got that big Ford grill. You got that massive Ford grill up there, and that screams Raptor, right? Now, you know you're going to get you can kind of see the hints of it up at the top there above the O and the R. You can see the running lights, the little through running lights up there. And you're getting that classic Ford that skid plate underneath. Now, everything about this looks really, really cool. You're getting some, you can see the wheels. They look cool, you know, and what are they hiding behind this thing, though, is what I'm curious about. They have the little camper shell, the little fold-down camper shell. Or there's something back, or are they just testing product? Now, we've seen this before with the Bronco. When they were testing the Bronco out, they had all these parts that aftermarket manufacturers were sending to them, and they were throwing them on there, and they'll be licensed products, but you know, they were testing them out, making sure everything worked properly and there was no noise and all that. So is that what they're doing here? Are they getting ready for maybe the Australian market for the launch? Is Ford USA finally just putting the finishing touches on where they think this thing should be? Now, if you look, where's the driver? The driver is on the left-hand side, and here in the United States, that's where it should be, right? That's the proper way to drive. I'm kidding, rest of the world, you know. I don't understand why they're on each side, but they are. And but this is probably still a European spec, or that's, you know, what I'm thinking. It's still a European spec, and you know, that is right. Ranger Raptor will be a global vehicle now, and I, for one, am very excited about that because I think everybody should get to experience this vehicle. Now, while the rest of the world is wanting to go EV, why not throw a high horsepower little truck out there? You know, especially in Europe with the smaller roads, this thing is perfect for that. It'll be a big vehicle for the people in Europe. So, I don't know. I like it. But let's look at the next picture. Let's pull this one up. And, all right, here's the side view of this thing. And once again, it's very Ranger-like. You know, it's very truck-like. I like the way the window is. Look at that smooth back window, man. That front forward over the engine cab the way they do. That's a nice design. Any aerodynamics here is good aerodynamics because these things are, let's be honest, they're slightly bricks. And with the Ranger Raptor, though, you know, it came out with the Bronco that their MPGs or 15. Now, I think in this thing, it'd probably be a little bit better because the Bronco is more of a brick. The window's straight up. There's less aerodynamics to this thing. But what do you think in the comments? What do you think that 3-liter will do in this truck? Honestly, I'm thinking 17 to 19 is what I would be guessing in this, and maybe even highways in the 20s. So let me know in the comments what you think. But it's got that classic design. You can see the little side air dam on the front fender there. The wheels look very Raptor-like. Overall, you know, it's a good-looking vehicle. Now let's go to another photo, and there you can see the back of this thing once again. You can see that more of the little fold-down topper there. Once again, it kind of reminds me like they might be testing something. I don't know, but could they be hiding something back there as well? We'll find out, I know. But you can see the running boards on this thing. They got their mud flaps. You know, look at the mud flaps. Did they pay attention to Bronco guy fussing that, hey, you can't have these rocks throwing mud, you know, these wheels throwing rocks all across our fenders. So it looks like they do have somewhat of a mud flap there. And of course, trucks always seem to get mud flaps. So it's probably nothing there. But you see the dual exhaust in the back of this thing, and it says Ranger in the back stamped there. And it's got the logo for the Raptor up on the side. Now, I would have liked to see the tailgate stamped Raptor. I think that, yes, it's a Ranger, and yes, you know, we got the big Ford badge back there, but let's be honest, this thing is a sport truck, and it should scream Raptor. Let me know in the comments what you think. Should it be Raptor or not? But overall, you can see these are 33-inch BF Goodrich KO2 tires, and they will be ready to throw some dirt and mud. Now, us in the United States, we got spoiled with the 35 potentially that the thing could have by Bronco. That's right, Bronco. We go the Sasquatch package. You can get 35s. Now, and in the Bronco Raptor, you can get 37s. But will this thing get 35s? At minimum, I think they should offer 35s. Or does Ford not want to play in that territory because, well, we got the F-150 Raptor, and you don't want to get this thing too close to that vehicle. That's why this thing has a smaller V6, not the 3.5. I'm sure they could have stuck that 3.5 in there, and 450 horsepower would have been pretty freaking nice. But if it is 418, which I think it will be, who cares? That's close enough for me. And you know the aftermarket world is going to tune these things, and they're going to crank out the horsepower with these things. So what do you guys think of this thing? Are you excited as I am? Because I think this is a game changer for the midsize truck world. I think this is going to force the hand of GM. We already know the ZR2. You know, the ZR2 was the benchmark for off-road trucks for the midsize market. Now, the twins, you know, they're going to do an ATX 4X, and there'll be a ZR2 coming out with that, which are due to launch next year. But what do you think? In the comments, let me know. And does this force Toyota and Nissan to go, hey, damn it, we got to go higher, better, faster. We got to do something better than a TRD Pro and a Pro 4X, you know. And Nissan, I had photos a long time ago where Nissan was toying with the idea of a Nismo model. So could be fun. The midsize truck world is about to get exciting. So whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or this Bronco, man, I've done this way too long. This Ranger Raptor that I want to drive and own. This is your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd. We're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.